Today we are going to be doing an exercise that I've been playing with a bit recently for helping to free up some space in our spine, finding a little bit more mobility there. A lot of us, especially when we're sitting all day, we get stuck in the middle of the back of the spine. And this exercise has been really helpful for me and for some of my clients, and I'm hoping it is also helpful for you. All you're going to need is an elastic band and a place to wrap it around. If you can put handles on the band, that's even better. There are these kits you can buy on Amazon that are pretty cheap and easy with elastics that can work well for this, or you can just make your own, also very easy. The point of the bands are going to be that they end up stabilizing the back muscles, in particular the latissimus dorsi, which can then be acting over and above. And so we're going to kind of take that out of the picture to try to get into some of the deeper spinal muscles. All right, let's hop into it. Let's have some fun. So you can see here I have two handles, a band. All I did was actually just wrap this band around the edge of my couch foot. You can do something very similar. You can even put it around a door handle, something that just locks it so it's stabilized, because we're going to hold in it. But before we actually do that, what I want to do is a test first, so we can just notice how we are, and then we're going to do the exercise, and then we're going to notice if it changes. So this is going to be about rolling down. So all we're going to do is just standing up is just let our head come to our chest, come forward, and just roll forward, right? Imagine the whole spine just rolling. You're going to notice at some point the knees want to bend, otherwise we're going to get stuck in that back. Let the knees bend, let everything just fall forward. And then from here we're going to roll upwards. Right. And just getting a sense of how are we rolling. So we get a sense of how we roll and how it sort of feels, and then we're going to do the exercise a few times, then we come back and we say, hey, has anything changed? So we grab our handles. Understand that there's enough of a pull. We're not really pulling hard. It's enough that it's not, if I'm here, there's no give. And if I'm here, it's too much. I'm actually activating my muscles. So we find a place. Right here feels nice. I feel like if I let go, really, like it's not pulling me too much. And I don't want to grip it too much. I actually like to keep my thumb on top. It frees up the rotation in the arms, which helps to get more into the back muscles as opposed to the front. And then what we're going to do is the same sort of thing. We're going to just let the chin come down. We're just going to round forward again. That's really it. Knees bend, coming down. And then because we're holding the straps, as we come up, we're going to press into the feet. You can really let the arms hang down because they're supported by the straps. So we're able to get more into that central channel of muscles that are connecting to your spine that sometimes get held or sort of locked there. Okay? Again, rolling down. Knees can bend at some point. You can even just hang over yourself there if you want, just kind of hanging. When we come up, one of the keys is put a little more weight into the heels. Not too much, but just a little weight into the heels. And feel that back chain connection. So feel the heels, and as you start to round up, the hips and lower back are getting into it. Feel that whole connection through the feet so that we're rounding up piece by piece, but really through the back and bringing us up. I'm going to do one more for you here, but you're welcome to do this as many times as you want. Again, chin down, rolling forward. Coming back up through the backs of the feet. Now, the first few times I want you coming up through the heels, through the back of the feet, to start to get that back of the line. As you get more comfortable, as you get more open, you're going to come up actually through the front of the heel. So the front of the heel is really just right around here, not the back but the front, and you're going to feel that the force is going not up the back of the body but up the sort of front of the heel through the center of the leg, and then as it comes up, it's going to actually come up through the front of the spine. So before we're kind of going up the back of the spine to get that sensation, then we're going to start to go up the front of the spine. Imagine like there's a little elevator that's just traveling up the front of the spine. Let's try one more of those. Right? So we roll down, do 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 do, okay? And then from here we feel into our feet. We get the heel, especially the front part of the heel, so the front of the back of the foot. We press through that, feeling that coming up the center of the legs, between the two bones, and then up through the thigh bones, the femur, and coming up. And as it gets up to right here, it goes up the front of the pelvis, up the front of the lower back, up the front of the thoracic, and then up the front of the neck into the head. Yeah. Then we can let that go. Again, you can do more of those at your own pace. Just for the video, we'll keep it shorter. And then, what do? Well, we did a test before. We do a test now. Well, first, one test can be just notice how you're standing. So one thing I'm noticing is already I am more upright and I'm more at ease. My body feels like it's just kind of doing its own thing, right? And then if I was to roll down without the straps, oh yeah, it's already much easier. I still have some spaces that I need to work with that are kind of stuck right now, but for the most part, there's more space between my vertebrae up until just about here, and that's a thing I'm working with in general, and that's where outside help would be helpful. But for the most part, yeah, it's easier to roll, and I'm getting more space in throughout the whole spine, and I feel upright, really at ease, and that's the point. So hopefully this is very helpful for you. If not, you write comments, do that whole sort of thing, send it on to people who like it. These videos are just really meant to help people. There's little things we can do. If we think a little different than how we've been taught, we can change things radically. So I hope that this is really helpful for you, and I'll see you next time we see you. Peace out there. Be well.